Yeah, the wave of Islamophobia is definitely accelerating. Probably one of the new laws it went down to is that last piece released, as a matter of fact, yesterday in Netherlands. That piece that's called the Fitna. And the reason I'm focusing on this, because not that it has anything new. As a matter of fact, a good part of the scenes they showed are recycled from that so-called documentary of obsession. However, we can see several new things here. Number one, the gruesome pictures, and the very horrible sceneries is probably much more than what was in Obsession. Obviously, because this is a movie while Obsession was supposed to be on TV, so they felt more free to show guts and blood than what TV will ever allow. Nonetheless, there is plenty of that in that piece. The second new issue is every short episode is preceded by a Quranic recitation in Arabic, then followed by very poor translation, and definitely taken completely out of context. But it leaves the ignorant person who watches this piece completely convinced that this is actually what Quran says and this is actually what Quran wants. The third new manifestation here in this particular piece is showing that the numbers of Muslims in Europe are increasing exponentially with a very alarming tone that we cannot allow this to keep happening. Last but not least, this is the first time I saw tearing of the Quran on any piece of Islamophobia that was aired before. So we have new angles to the same product. This is, I can see the fingerprints of the people who produced Obsession and who produced Jihad in America and who produced all these things. Fingerprints are very clear there. Nonetheless, it is tackling new angles, and both in amplitude and in items. We have to ask ourselves, what is the main purpose of that? And I think there are two clear things. Number one is to undermine the self-confidence of Muslims in their religion, because let us say, if I am a Muslim who is in college, brought up in America or in Holland or wherever, and somebody is showing me recitation of Quran in Arabic, then translation, then putting these sceneries there, these scenes there, I think it will raise so many questions, so many unanswered doubts in my mind. Number two is to convince the fellow citizens that Islam is really extremely dangerous. Not only dangerous, it is not communism, it is not even Nazism. It is something that's more gruesome and more horrible than all of the above. And I am afraid that it is preparing the mob, as if it is preparing the mob for the attack. We Muslims have to be very aware of that when we decide our steps. What shall we do? Number one, we should, of course, start by ourselves. We should answer these questions that they raise. We should not just write it off as trash that does not deserve a response. No, it does deserve a response, particularly to Muslims who are not very well versed in the religion and in the Quran. So we have to respond. Number two, we have to respond to the fellow citizens also, exposing the malice behind such a campaign and how it is easy to project any religion in that form if I resort to cut and paste, and if I use the same technique with the Bible or with any other book, we can achieve the same result. We have to expose that. I think also Muslims should walk tall through that. We should not sound defensive at all. We should not feel that we are the underdogs. There should be no victim mentality here. It should be you guys are allowing others to manipulate you and to exploit you, exploit your fears, and we are here to help. That should be the attitude. We are here to help, to make our society better and to make our communities safer. I think if we manage to do that in a organized, sustained effort, this campaign, like other campaigns since the incipience of Islam, will go away. But if we react not intelligently, if we find mobs in the streets of Cairo and Pakistan throwing rocks and burning buildings, I think we will be exactly playing in the hands of those who are putting these things in the market. And I'm sure that at the end, the truth shall always prevail. Allah will overcome, obviously. الله غالب على أمره ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.